What's up, guys? It's Alex coming at you from the Rock Garage here in my shop. And today I've got a really exciting short video for you where we're gonna be cutting open a really big agate that I found out on the river in our last video. We're gonna be using our really big Highland Park Lapidary 12-inch slab saw to cut this absolute behemoth of an agate, which you'll remember me finding out on the Yellowstone River just a few weeks ago. So before we do that, I want to give you a little overview of this saw. This is a machine that Highland Park Lapidary was nice enough to send to me. As you can tell, it's totally enclosed, self-feeding slab saw. So the basic way it works is I have this vise or clamp here where I lift this up and I put the rock into it. You then tighten the rock down so that it can't move, and you close it. You push this little handy dandy button here, and the machine feeds itself into the saw blade, slowly cutting the rock. So in the case of this rock, because it's so big, it's probably going to take, I don't know, somewhere between 20 to 30 minutes probably to get a cut. So I'm going to go ahead and start setting it up, and then I'll kind of show you what we've got, and we'll get the saw turned on. I guess before we do that, maybe we should take a look at this agate here and kind of talk about the strategy for cutting. So obviously you want to find a face that, or an angle that you want to cut in order to reveal what, whatever the particular characteristics are for this agate. In the case of this one, it's pretty difficult to really see what's going on inside of it. We have this little window here on the side, but I mean, you really can't see too much. So my plan is to basically cut across this face here like this. And we'll start with kind of a shallow cut. The nice thing about the slab saw is that we can continually slowly move it over and make slices and slices and slices, hence the name slab saw, because you end up with all these different slabs. So let's go ahead and get it set up, and then I'll show you what we look like. Okay, so you can see I got our rock all set up here in the vise. We got it nice and clamped down so it's not going anywhere, and we got it lined up with the blade just how we want it to cut. We also have our chain set up here on the little carriage for the rock, essentially, so that when it reaches the ends of the cut, the chain will pull tight and actually shut the saw off automatically. One of the really nice features of this Highland Park High-Tone 12 saw is that automatic shut off. And basically this is just kind of like a hands-free saw. It's really cool to use. So what we're gonna do now is we'll go ahead and shut the top, because we're all ready to rock and roll. And then we will go ahead and put it to on, and we will turn it on. So that's got to run for about 20-30 minutes. We'll come back and see what it looks like when we're done. All right, so the saw is done cutting. Let's open it up and see what our first cut looks like. All right, so, oh, interesting. So there's all sorts of little inclusions in this one. I think I'm gonna run it through for one more slice, and then we'll get another look at it off of the saw. So what we're gonna do here is actually back it off of the blade. We're gonna pull it, and then we're gonna put it over so we can get another slice out of the agate. All right. Close it. We'll get it going again. All right, the saw is done. It's actually the next day because I didn't want to be up too late last night, but let's take a look at this cut. that looks promising. So, again, here's that first cut. Here's that second cut. So I think what I'll do is probably go ahead and take this thing off of the vise. Not seeing a lot of patterning or anything in there, and we can kind of see what we got. There might be some stuff coming. I wonder if we should maybe put another cut through it. We'll see. All right, so there's our finished piece, and obviously not as much going on in here as I was hoping. Let me show you that other clear slice. It's definitely interesting. I mean, I think that's the thing with cutting agates, is you're always going to find some that have a lot going on and some that don't. I do wonder if there would be any benefit from cutting a little bit further into this one, because you can kind of see that there's the faint outline of some banding. And of course, it's very difficult to know what it might look like if you were to go deeper inside. So that's something we might consider. For the purposes of this video, really cool and a great demonstration of the saw. Again, that's a Highland Park High Tone 12. If you're interested in looking into it, I would say, obviously it's not a cheap piece of equipment, but if you're somebody that is getting into lapidary and kind of taken beyond that initial beginner level, you're looking into get into some higher grade equipment, this is definitely something you might want to consider. Very user friendly. I haven't had any problems with it. And there are actually some cool factory upgrades you can use to kind of upgrade the vise or the clamp. Those are things I'm probably going to be looking into. But I'm very happy with this machine, and big thanks again to Highland Park Lapidary. So thanks again for watching. Hoping to do more videos like this in the near future, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.